Dicks out for Harambe. How's it going, guys? I'm Curtis and welcome back, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a legit looking reactor for your Vault in the Vault-Tec Workshop DLC for Fallout 4. This looks fucking awesome. It takes a lot of resources, but you get all that from the Vault anyways. I like the realism look. It does take up quite a bit of settlement space, but you can fix that with glitches and stuff. You know, you can reduce the size meter. Also, just for the purpose of like showing you what it looks like with people in and standing around, I'm using a mod called More Guard Posts with the guard rug and the guard chairs, so they'll sit down and stand at places that I want them to. Because I tried to do it legit, you know, while I was recording this to show you what it looked like before we start getting into the build, and they were just walking around all over the place being fucking stupid, as settlers always are. So I've used that just for the purpose of showing you what it looks like. But I think it looks fucking awesome. Like, and I've used these red lights as well because I like the dark kind of glow that it gives. It gives like that ominous, like dark, grimy kind of feeling, I guess, you know. And a sense of danger as well. I mean, you know, reactor rooms are dangerous. You don't want to fuck around in there. And yeah, so it gives you like that sense of danger as well. So I really liked it. But I've used a lot of the consoles or terminals, whatever they're called, in the miscellaneous from the Vault-Tec DLC, because it looks like, you know, they're turning knobs and, you know, fiddling with things and monitoring shit and whatnot. It looks fucking awesome. So what do you think so far? Do you like it? Is it something you'd want in your Vault? I hope so, because this is fucking awesome. You could obviously you could build a smaller scale version. You don't need to have it. I just like that realism look. You know, I think, you know, if you're gonna do something, do it properly. Do it the legit way, but it looks cool, and like I keep saying over and over, it does look, you know, realistic. It's something that you would imagine a reactor room almost looking like, especially in the Fallout universe. Anyways, let's get into the build. So for the purposes of this video, I've just built the extension out from the starting point out to this far. I believe I'm going to go 5 or 6 wide for my atrium, and the prefab ends of the atrium, the big like ceiling parts, they're pretty much going to be almost clipping through the beginning side, the entrance side, and then the opposite side it is going to be clipping into the rock. I have this thing like pretty fucking high, so you need to determine how big you want to make this room. You could have it with just 2 reactors, you could have it with 4, you could have it with 6, you can make it as big or as small as you want. Completely your choice. I literally go all out on this, so that is completely up to you. Just determining here, because this is the one issue with this when you're building here, is that the walls near the entrance to the vault stick out so much and it gets in the way of building. And just to also mention now, guys, I will be showing you how to build a hydroponics room in the next video. I've built one and it looks so fucking cool. It's the real McCoys, and that actually doesn't take long, so it won't actually be a long video like this one. This one only takes so long because of how fucking big I had to build it. You know, I'm like, I can't just do simple things. It has to be ridiculously big and scale to size and all that kind of shit. So we'll finish this off with some mid walls, and then what you're going to be doing is putting in the prefabs for the corner and then the wall ends, and then doing exactly what you've done for the entrance on the opposite side, and then what you're about to do here, which is putting in the corner and the prefab walls again on the opposite side. So build the room as big as you want. So this is just imagine this is just like a mini template, you know, just showing you what you need to be doing. So pretty much carbon copy whatever you're doing on the opposite side of what you've done it on. Simple. So now that we got that in, this is, like I said, the opposite side. It will clip into the rock, as you can see. It doesn't bother me. If that sort of stuff bothers you, just build it one floor lower less. Nice and simple. And there we go, look. That is a fairly big sized room to start building some reactors. That's the other thing as well. With the reactors in Vault-Tec, they're good, like, but they're a bit too good, aren't they? Like, you could literally have one power your entire settlement, which is it's whatever. I mean, it's cool, but that's why I've put in 4. Technically, you don't even need 4. That's just like all the power in the world that you could ever use. But I think, you know, for realism, you got to make it look like that. So we'll be using the 2 standard super reactors first, and then behind them we'll be using the Tesla arc reactors. I know they're just called Vault-Tec reactors, but they look like Tesla arcs, don't they? And it's worth mentioning now, we will be deleting these at a later stage and putting them back in because they clip on the railings. They don't let you place them. It's fucking annoying, but I'll show you that in a minute. So you got those down. Now to build the bridge. Now you can do this one of 2 ways. You can have it like that and then railing this off, or you can use just the normal standard bridges like so. So it's completely up to you, however way you want to do it. I prefer using the bridge personally because you can have the corner railings on and it just looks 10 times better, but it's completely up to you guys. So start putting the railings in, and this will be like the overheads of walking around the reactors, like just above them and whatnot. And it looks cool, doesn't it? I mean, you could just have normal floors, but who wants normal? Normal's boring. So we'll put this up to here, around here, and this is where we're going to bring the flooring out, and then you can just railing these off now. And what I mean by bring the flooring out is we're going to have a couple of levels. That's why I've built it so high, and we got to snap the ceiling and floor atrium like blocks in, and you need so much room to do it because it might not happen with you guys, but for me they don't fucking snap ever. So this is also worth mentioning as well, guys. You can have the corner railings in here as well instead of like the default ones. This is why I use the bridge. It's fucking awesome, and that is why we got to delete these things as well. As you'll see, you can't snap these in while they're there. However, you can snap the Tesla arc reactors back in after you've put the railings in. I don't know. I just work here, okay? I didn't make the game. That's just how it is. So, you got choices though, guys. You got options. That's the good thing. You can choose how you want to do it. So these things, the ceiling and the floor, you need room to snap these in, because I swear to God, they refuse to do it for me. It's looking easy now, but generally, they never fucking work. Ever. Even if there's a fire. So we'll put the bridge in on the newly placed atrium ceiling and floors that we've put in, because they're so much fucking hassle. And now we can put the corner railings in because the Tesla arc isn't there. But in a minute I'm going to show you that you can just snap it back in, but you can't put the railings in when it's there. Yeah, mind blown. Whatever. So finish that off and people can walk around the outside and it looks like cool. It's like a little viewing point. And before we put the reactors back in, we're going to put a atrium ceiling and floor above the ones that we've just done, and that will lead up to the top floor. And also, we need to get rid of 2, because we're obviously going to need some stairs there. And this is another funny thing worth mentioning, which I am going to show you right now. Put the stairs in, go up, and then we're going to put the railings in, right? You know, like normal, because settlers will fall and die, and you want it to look, you know, cool and shit. Oh, but we can't snap the railing in, because the stairs are there. It just won't happen. Not allowed. So, you know, it has to look shit, right? No, it doesn't. Delete the stairs, go back to your railings, put whatever railing you want in, go down, go back to stairs, and watch. I just don't even get it. I don't. With this DLC, shit wants to snap, and then shit doesn't want to snap. Whatever. So like I said at the beginning, guys, when we're building the atrium, we're going to use the top wall sections and the ceilings to finish off the ceilings. Do that all the way around, and you're done. That is the room completely built. Now we're going to be using the top sections, though, for a purpose, because we're going to be deleting some later on. And then cover the other area with floor. You know, because you don't want metal-looking floors. Also, above the entrance, we're going to be putting in more lovely, easy, snappable ceiling and floors. They're not easy and snappable. They're fucking horseshit. But we need that because that's going to lead to the security room, which we need. Or no, not the security room, the monitoring room. That's what we called it. And then just go around and finish up putting railings in everywhere. Just railing everything off. Lovely jubbly. It's worth mentioning as well that I stopped there for a reason, because originally, as I was building this, I was going to put the security room where you see the atrium floor and ceiling just over there, above the entrance, and it didn't like it. I couldn't do it for shit, so we just left it there. So, this is why we use the top wall section. We can delete them without affecting, like, prefabs and stuff. If you use a prefab, it will delete the whole fucking lot. So, get rid of those. Put in some windows. Consider these as place markers, okay? They're not going to be here forever. We're going to probably replace most of them with normal wall again, but that's just like a general gist of it. Put in the doorway wherever you want. I prefer it here because it gives you a big enough kind of open space. You're a bit confined towards the other side, and it opens up the room a lot more, in my opinion. You know, like you got to walk all the way around to get to it, you know, whereas everything isn't confined to the opposite end, which is, it sucks. And I'm going to show you 2 different styles of security room that you can actually build and use. I opted in the end for the 2x2 room, but you can actually have one with like corners and whatnot, which is what we'll show you first. So get some windows in, get this room done. By the way, how are you guys liking the Vault-Tec DLC? I think it should have come with more. Like, for example, when you're building rooms, there's corners and then there's corners with doors. There's no corners with windows. Without spoiling it too much, that kind of fucked up my hydroponics room because I need corners with windows. But, you know, it's whatever. But you're going to see it eventually anyways. I'll say eventually, it'll be tomorrow. I will actually have a video out tomorrow because it's actually done. As of finishing this video, I've actually already finished my hydroponics room, but I wanted to show you this one first. So, anyways, back to the video. This is the room that you can have. It's kind of like a 2x3 sort of with corners. You know, it's nice and big and open. Looks pretty good. But the one that I opted for was, like I said, the 2x2, which is nice and simple. Just drag this back in, put the wall back in, and then add another wall. Up to you which room you go for. You can even experiment and do your own fucking room, you know, it's up to you. Who cares? Do what you want. Be creative. So, this is what it will look like with lights. Ta-da! It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. This is why I opted for this one. Nice and easy, nice and straight, no weird corners to build on and whatnot. So, I did say to you I was going to snap the arc reactors back in, the tester ones, and watch. Oh, they'll snap back in now the railings are there, but you can't do it when the railings are not there. Fucking game. And this is also worth noting as well. Look how cool this is. You can just snap the railings in. Even when there's floor there, if a floor does give you a bit of hassle, all you got to do is scrap it and then place it back in. So look, this will snap in, right? But this one, it don't know why it just refuses to, okay? However, remove that floor. Go to the atrium, go to flooring, and it will snap back in. Watch this. There we go. Job done. I think that the reactors look so much cooler when they're railinged around and then above them as well, because it's like that element of, you know, don't go near it because you'll kill yourself and whatnot. So, this is part 2 semi of the reactors and what we're going to use and to wire them up. You put in a population system computer thing, and what that is doing is it's your fake. You know, the settlers are not going to use it, but it's there to look like it's like a computer that's also monitoring the reactors. That's what I went for, the whole realism effect, and also because we're going to be wiring up this room, you don't need to, but again, I wanted to for realism. You need a way to get the wires to the walls without it looking messy. The wiring system in Fallout is really messy, and I don't like it like that. I like it nice and tidy. So what we'll be doing is this. Now, this is another funny thing as well. Wire it exactly how I'm doing it. I'm just trying to straighten it up so it will go down lovely jubbly, and it will look like almost flush with the wall. But we're going to be deleting one of these conduits anyways, because the population system isn't snapping where I want it to go, or not snapping, it isn't getting placed where I want it to be placed, right? But I did it by pure accident. I had 2 conduits above it wired up, and then the moment it was wired to 2 conduits, I was able to snap it in the original place I wanted it to go, which was right here, just to the right. Go green, go green, go green. Right there. Don't know why it let me do it when there was 2 conduits wired up. However, you can't do it straight there when you're trying to wire it to just 1 conduit. Like, it just won't let you put it there. It just refuses. Just Fallout problems. You know the struggle. It is a struggle. So, like I was saying, what we're doing is we're going above the ceiling, then we're going to come down to the wall, and we're going to wire it to the new conduits that you get with the Vault-Tec DLC. I know, by the way, I do know that the new conduits with the DLC actually come with power in them. I know they do. They produce power for lights and anything that doesn't need to be wired. These ones, they're really cool conduits. However, like I said, for the realism factor, I wanted wire everywhere, but I wanted it to be tidy. I didn't want it being too messy and all over the fucking place. So I did this. It's a bit long-winded, but it's worth it if you're trying to go, you know, for the, you know, when you're going for that perfection kind of look. You know, you want it to look fucking the bee's knees. So This is what we do. This is what we endure to get it how we want it, sort of thing. And then what you're going to do, once you've finished wiring this up, you're going to copy what you've just done and do it to every single reactor. Pretty much. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to have a population control unit and this sort of wiring on every single reactor. And then you're going to put these volt power conduits all the way around the room, wire them all up. Now, what you're going to do is use the red lights, because like I said, you know, it gives that danger look and it makes the room look darker because it's got that natural light, which I don't like. So you put these in every single corner. That's pretty much what I did. Every single corner that you can fit them in, put them in. And that's what it will look like. Like I said, it gets rid of that natural light and makes it look darker. And then just to start making your Vault look better, start putting in the consoles, you know, the computery things and things that make it look like settlers are working on them. And I always put a population management system near the consoles. I always do it, wire it up, and then it looks like a computer terminal for those consoles and whatnot. So we're back to the security room now, finishing off. Well, I was about to say finishing up and off at the same time. Finishing up off. And then what we're doing here is pretty much do what you want, I guess, you know, a DIY style or do it yourself. I went for 3 desks, put TVs on, and then put settlers there so it looks like they're working and, you know, doing whatever. And then I just start filling the room with consoles, terminals, population units, and then at the end a creme de la creme soda fountain just so they can have their little coffee break. And it's also worth noting that I've put generators, the normal nuclear generators, all around the room. I've dotted them around. There isn't like a way that I've done it. I've just done it kind of sporadically. One to power things like the soda fountain because it actually needs to be wired, and for the power, the Vault power conduit will not power that. And also, it gives you that noise, that reactor noise. That, you know, there's work going on and you hear that buzzing and humming and whatnot. And it looks good. I mean, you don't have to have it, but to me, it looks good. It just finishes off the room in my opinion. But again, how you have it and decorate it on the inside is completely up to you. I've pretty much just shown you how to build the building. I'm just showing you how that I've done things and wired things and just made it look a bit more realistic. And this is the annoying way of how you get power into your security room. This is also why I didn't use a door, because when the door's closed and you see a wire kind of hanging through, it kind of ruins it a bit. So why I've done it like this though, as you can see, is I've put them close together in like triangles, is because I don't want dangling wires. I hate the messiness on Fallout with wires. I hate that. Ugh, it's annoying. I'm very OCD like that. So what I've done is I've put them all so close together that the wire barely just like touches and barely hangs. And then as you come in here, as you can see, look, the wire's not dangling. It's nice and flush and tight. Then you just put power conduits all the way around the room. Well, on this side anyways. Again, putting them very close to each other so the wires don't dang. And then, bang, your population units are powered and so is the soda fountain. And then what you get is an awesome looking reactor room. Realistic, big, full of settlers. It's also worth noting I've got 50 settlers in my Vault. That'll be for a future video of how to do it with 0 mods, no hacking, none of that bullshit, no cheats. It's very easy to do. But this is what it is. And this was the bottom, the opposite side of the entrance. Like I said, you know, I've put reactors down, I've put consoles and terminals all over the place. And it looks fucking awesome. I hope you've enjoyed this video though, guys. I hope you've learnt some new things, you know, some new tricks and tips. And, you know, maybe you'll want to build it yourself on a larger scale or a smaller scale. Completely up to you. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a dislike and tell me why, because I'm always trying to improve my videos. And if you're new around here, check out my other content and consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the hydroponics room. Peace!